I'm Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at City Garage in Santa Monica for the opening of Neil LaBute's The Break of Noon.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Frederique, Michel.
Frederique was born in Paris, was trained at the Conservatoire, and has been directing theater in Los Angeles for more than almost 30 years now. Yeah.
And why did you choose this topic?
Well, we have a history with Neil LaBute. We had done his early play, Filthy Talk for Troubled Times, when we first got here to Bergamot. Frederique developed a real rapport with Neil. She read this play, and this was a play that we felt was not served well. We thought that there was a great play here that we really wanted to do. Let's put it that way. And a very interesting play, commenting on a very contemporary issue, and using it to address themes of narcissism and the way people shape their own narratives in this country, taking advantage of incidents that they can use to build a brand for themselves. Let's put it that way. In this character's case, he could take this incident and turn it into a way of creating a brand for himself.
And you are?
My name is Charles Duncombe. I'm the production designer, also Frederique's partner, and the dramaturge here.
Okay, well, I might as well ask you then. This is a very sensitive political topic. Do you feel it was handled properly? Do you feel any trepidation?
No, not really. I mean, I think the idea of Neil taking the idea of a mass shooting and seeing this sort of strange way that somebody could take advantage of it to create an image for themselves that they could succeed with is deeply troubling. And so it's a story worth telling and showing, precisely because of what it does say about contemporary American society. A kind of self-obsession and narcissism, a willingness to exploit tragedy for personal gain, or even to do it in the name of God or religion, which is terribly offensive, of course, and yet you see it all the time. It's a very common thing in society.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming tonight.
Yes. Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm on KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Okay. Hi, I'm Courtney Clonch. I moved here from Iowa about 13 years ago and have been pursuing acting ever since. I played the host, the TV host. The TV host is interested in exposing John Smith as a charlatan. She doesn't believe anything he has to say about this God business, but ropes him in, like a spider, lures him into the web, and then attacks him when he's vulnerable and trusting in front of the audience.
Okay, well, I hope I don't do that to you.
You better not.
Yeah, I have problems asking questions about this play because, again, it is, very politically incorrect, or, I can't ask you specific questions that are too personal or not, or at least I feel uncomfortable doing that.
Oh, I don't feel uncomfortable asking me anything. I'm an open book.
So, well, that's a pretty daring statement.
I might regret saying that, but feel free to ask me a question.
Okay, what'd you get out of this play then?
Well, in a typical LaBute fashion, it's about morality, and we have this less than perfect person who's saying he was saved through divine intervention, and do we believe him? Do we not? He's not a perfect person. He still has a lot of flaws, but he has this incredible story about divine intervention during this horrible massacre. And so it's really, as an audience, I think you're on your toes. Is this guy for real? Is he not? And I think we're put in that position in life a lot of times. Do we believe this politician? Do we believe these intentions? We're always questioning people's motives and morality.
Yeah, again, this man had a religious experience, and people have religious experiences and all that. It's just very refreshing that someone would actually do a drama about it.
Well, did he have a religious experience, or did he exploit it for his own benefit? I mean, I think that's the question. But yeah, hands off to LaBute for not being afraid to use imagery and language that would potentially be offensive, and he does that. He pushes the envelope with that. He's not afraid of saying things that are going to piss people off.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
Kristina Drager. I've lived in LA for a couple of years, and I've worked with City Garage for a couple of years, and I'm from Rhode Island on the East Coast, and acting all my life.
And which character did you play?
Played Ginger, John's ex-wife. She was married to John for about 7 years, and then left him because of an affair. And when we see her, she is talking to him about what he's gone through after the massacre.
Okay. What did you get out of this play?
Well, I just do it because I think it's fun and I love to act. But there's lots of different ways you could take the play. I mean, I enjoy the characters, and I kind of like that it's the question of is this guy a good guy, is this guy a bad guy?
Great job as always.
Okay. Well, again, I'm always amazed at the depth that theater brings to a person. This one, again, I see it as a man's religious experience, and again, dissecting it all and examining it all. Any of your thoughts on that?
Well, I just think it's about enlightenment. Mm-hmm. I agree with you about that. Like, it's about, I mean, even if it's not true what happened, it doesn't matter. The man was still enlightened. You know, I think everyone can agree on that.
Happy Good Friday.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
No problem. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Katrina Nelson. I've been a member of City Garage for about 4 years. This is my 5th show. I do a little of everything from modeling to acting to hand modeling and theater. That's about it, I guess. I was Jessie, the lover, the one that he was having the affair with, and I'm actually the cousin of his wife, or his ex-wife.
What do you think about the topic of this? This is very controversial, I guess, in this day and age. It's hard for me to ask the actors personal questions about this. Do you have any comments about that?
Well, I thought it was kind of, what's the word? I actually thought, because we're opening on Easter weekend and it's Good Friday, I thought that was Frederique's middle finger to the whole idea of religion, and, you know, we could possibly all get struck down, but we had a really great crowd tonight, and everyone seemed to appreciate the darkness and the lightness, so it was a good turnout. It was a good show.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Nicole Girth. I'm an actress. I've been pursuing acting for about 7 years. I'm an LA native, and I played Diva Midnight, the dominatrix in Neil LaBute's Break of Noon. Her mother had been killed in the office shooting that the main character was at, and he was the sole survivor, and he had happened to snap a photo of the killer when it happened, and Diva Midnight's mother was actually dead in the photo, and so my character is upset about that, and she's confronted by what's the main character's name? John. She's confronted by John about that, and it's her dealing with all those emotions in the moment. It's just it's insane for her.
So what do you think about this play, about its topic? Did it mean anything to you or anything like that?
Yeah, I think it's very relevant to what's happening now, and I think this play is very in your face, and it's relevant to what's happening in society, and I think people should see it.
Actually, I enjoyed the play a lot.
Great. I'm so glad. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, well, actually, I feel it touches a topic about a man's religious experience, and again, there are very few plays like that actually handle it. So would you agree about that?
I suppose so. Yeah. I think it's, like I said, I just think it's relevant to what's happening in the world. I mean, we see these horrible office shootings happening all the time, and this man thinks that he has heard the voice of God. And whether you believe him or not, it's possible that it could have happened to him.
Happy Good Friday.
Thank you. You too.
And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Oh my God, I was terrible.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm Kat Johnston. Okay. I played the lawyer. I am an actress here in LA. I'm a member of City Garage. I do a lot of independent film. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keeping busy like that. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, okay. I played the lawyer. The lawyer sort of sets off the relationship that John has with the world, because of course a lot of people are very skeptical about his story. in regard to bringing God into the conversation, which I think is something lacking in society today in general, and so it's almost like a sort of a chorus, I suppose, almost like a Greek chorus, where I'm mirroring what society sort of holds dear, which is money over God, right? Like, you need to let that go so that we can, make the money that we can make off of this tragedy, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, do you have any comments? How do you feel about this play? Did you get anything out of it?
Absolutely. I think it's a really interesting and thought-provoking piece that is fun to work on. I mean, the characters are so well written. I love LaBute so much. So, it was a pleasure, for sure.
Do you think it was too controversial, or maybe it touched subjects that are politically incorrect to touch?
A white pizza.
I think that as long as you treat things with respect, there is no such thing as a politically incorrect topic. I think that political correctness is a faction of respect, as I said before. And I think discussing topics that are polarized like this and energized like this is important. And I think that putting it out in this timely manner with Easter right now is important. But I also think that the play is a little bit about enlightenment. I mean, John might not be a perfect human being, but he is moved spiritually by the experience that he had, honestly. Whether he lied about it to everybody or not, he still had an honest experience. And maybe our idea of spirituality is not based in truth. And so maybe this is not questioning God in general, but questioning our relationship with the Spirit, I guess.
Oh, well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Of course, thank you.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI, 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
My name's Alex Pike, and I played the detective tonight at Break of Noon. I'm originally from Carmel, California. I went to school at Cal State University Northridge, where I got a BA in theater arts, and I basically joined this theater about a year and a half ago, and where I did my first production of Bulgakov Moliere, and I was King Louis XIV, and now I'm doing my second one here, and it's Break of Noon, and I'm playing the detective. He's basically a cop that is investigating this whole premise of this show, okay, of the incident where everybody died, and when everybody dies, this is the only sole survivor of the. He's the only sole survivor of the entire incident, and because of that, we have to investigate him. And I'm questioning him after the initial questioning that we had, because my character is very interested in how he basically has taken to fame and used this to his advantage, just to take advantage of his situation. I think he corrupted the system. I think he used the system to his advantage, and he's using it just to get money and fame out of it, whether he's keeping the money or not, things like that. He's a corrupt individual, and he's kind of a representation of our society in that sense, and because of that, he's also putting a disgrace on religion, which I don't like as my character very much. So because I'm a very religious person in today's society, which isn't taken very seriously to a certain extent, so I get kind of abruptly over the top at certain points during the show. So it's an overall, I think the overall experience is very analytical of our society in terms of religion and how we see religion and how it is a part of our society that is almost being a little bit ostracized from society in a way, because people aren't really. It's almost becoming this kind of. What am I trying to say? It's kind of this. People are becoming less and less connected with it, and because of that, it's becoming more and more popular not to be associated with a religion, or not to really be very religious, just to be moderate in any sort of sense. I think the show itself is a great representation of our society and asks a lot of questions in the end about what we really believe and what we really think as a society as well as individuals on the terms of religion today. So it's good.
Yeah, I have problems asking questions to the actors because obviously I don't want to put them in a bad situation and all that.
Of course not.
Yeah. Do you think that's a? Can you comment on that?
On asking actors questions?
Yeah, about this specific topic. I just don't want to embarrass anyone.
No, I think it's a very appropriate subject to ask people about, just in general, as well as the actors, because we're portraying certain things. Like personally, I'm actually Jewish. It's Passover tonight, and I'm playing a very Christian man, and it's never a bad thing to really ask questions. That's one thing that my character does in the show as well. All he's doing is asking questions, trying to get this guy to open up, and he's not being honest, and that's the problem, is that people are trying to protect themselves and almost protect their beliefs, things like that, and it's not really that. People shouldn't be afraid to be themselves. Like we should be free to speak our minds. Like we're in a country where we can do that. People shouldn't be afraid of who they're going to step on, who they're going to get in trouble with, things like that. It's just questions. You can always feel free not to answer them. It can never hurt to have someone ask you something. So,
all right, well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Of course, my pleasure.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and you're?
I'm George Villas. I've done 4 shows here at City Garage. I've been acting for 25 years professionally on the West Side at the Pacific Resident Theater. I've been fortunate to work at the Mark Taper Forum and at the Falcon Theater in Burbank. So I've had quite a fortunate theatrical career in the last 15 years since I've been in Los Angeles. I played tonight John Smith. John Smith is an everyday guy who has been touched by God. He lived through he's the lone survivor of an office shooting, and he has been touched and chosen by God, and he wants to go and sort of redefine his life and make amends for the kind of past that he's had, and sort of reevaluate his life on a higher level.
I'm always fascinated by theater in the sense that it touches various topics that people just don't talk about. I mean, almost everything, and this actually talks about a man's religious experience.
It does, and they say that whether it's politics or religion are two very sort of touchy subjects, but Neil LaBute touches on the religious aspect quite delicately here, and I think that's one of the real important themes of the play, which is religion and faith and people's belief systems.
Yeah, as an actor, again, I have to interview actors in there, and sometimes I have to ask them tough questions about plays. This one's very difficult for me to ask the actors. Like, I don't want to get too personal about their religious beliefs. I don't want them to come down negatively on other groups, especially, in the environment we're at. So, do you have any comments on that?
I do. I can basically say I'm a believer. I don't really have, a religious background, but I have a lot of faith, and I am a believer, and I believe that, the strength of positive thinking and willfulness and positivity, to me, is a form of religion in itself. Yeah. And just basically kindness. Yeah. And like Jonathan Smith says in the play, that what God told him is that we all have to just be good. And good is an intention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, I love the play, again, because it's a very challenging topic, handled very respectfully, and the actors are actually very, very talented and very professional and perform the characters very well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm very grateful to be with this cast and to be directed by Frederique, Michel, and Charles Duncombe, who have produced this play. And I'm very grateful to be performing at City Garage and to be performing Neil LaBute play and his words. It's a really gift for me, and it's a real privilege. And I appreciate all of you, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Neil LaBute's The Break of Noon will be playing at City Garage from April 3rd to May 24th. For more information, go to www.citygarage.org or search for A&B Theater on Facebook.